Welcome back, listeners. This is Katie, and right now, it's just Katie. We are returned from our month-long break. However, I do want to just let you know that Bridget is going to be taking a little bit of a longer break. Girl is busy. Okay, she's working, she's making money, making that money. And just, maintaining her sanity, as we all try to do. So she will be back in June, okay? But we are going to be releasing some episodes. I am going to be hosting with some random people. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a surprise. I don't even know what's happening myself. So we're all going to be surprised. But Bridget will be back and look forward to that return. So enjoy these next couple episodes.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello!
Hi!
Hey, guys! Any guesses who that voice is? You've heard her voice on the Titanic episode.
That's me.
Okay, that was a pause for y'all to guess. And this is my best good friend, Miss Christine.
Hey, gang.
I'm so excited. Christine is here. I am the most fucking excited. And we were just joking as I was explaining how we do our recording, which is very lowbrow. We don't use microphones. We use phones. And the app that we used to record, the two other recordings she had in there were things she did for me. One of which was the Titanic voice.
That's right. I'm really subcontracting out my voice for you.
She really is. You get great voice too. So this is going to be just the best. I'm looking forward to this. Christine is my sister, surrogate sister for the day.
Yes.
And Christine, I believe you are my oldest best friend. Is that?
That's what my mom always says.
That's the math, right?
My mom always says, Katie's your oldest friend. I know.
Yep, that's me. We did Girl Scouts. We did it all.
We did
other stuff too.
And here we are.
There's Girl Scouts in there. So, all right, I am going to introduce ourselves, listeners, so you know what's happening. So, we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
And I'm Christine.
And, I didn't do any quotes in here. Let us purge! That's all.
Let's purge, baby.
Let us purge. And I would do the creepy, Joker. That guy's got weird facial muscles.
He does.
Don't you think?
His cheekbones are high.
High up there. The filler, the people who want the fillers, that's what they're aiming for,
Ugh.
Chris, what's the movie this week?
The Purge.
The Purge. This is also, okay, there's also, two purges.
There's a lot of purges.
Well, there are a lot, but, one other one is just called The Purge. But, that's not the right one. So this was the 2013. This is the first one, 2013.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know how many sequels there are, but a lot.
There's The Purge. There's The Purge Anarchy. There's
God,
the
you're doing
Purge
this off the top of your head.
Year.
Oh, God.
There's The Purge, the first Purge, which is not the first Purge movie, but it's the movie about the first ever Purge.
The prequel. Oh, God.
And they're Blumhouse, and we love Blumhouse.
Yeah, and Universal Studios and Platinum Dunes. And I was like, will there be more production companies? But that was it, just the big three.
The big three for an 86-minute movie.
It was, you know what? I always appreciate it.
So do I.
The time, and I was
Bing,
kind of like,
boom.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Thank fucking God. I gotta be honest, I don't know if I had seen this fully through before this watch. This might have been the very first time.
I believe I saw it in the theater. Because I run for a Blumhouse movie.
I know, you do, which I think is just really funny because I don't know what year in our friendship I came to that realization about you. It might have been the year when I went to your house and the Halloween marathon was on TV. Yeah. Do you remember that? And I was like, Probably. Who's watching this? And you're like,
Us.
Me? Duh. And I was like, duh. What?
I love to be scared.
And I love that about you. And,
Thank
you did want to do a different movie.
I did. I wanted to do Misery,
That's
the
a great
movie
one.
based on the Stephen King book, which I just love, but we couldn't find it literally anywhere.
Not streaming.
So-
Not streaming. It's a bunch of bullshit. This is how the
Yeah.
purge happens. They take
Right.
away our streaming rights.
Right.
And then we all get angry.
And we gotta
want to
purge.
purge. Yeah. So that's great. But I really wish we could have made Misery happen, because then I feel like all the remaining episodes this month, I would just force whoever the other guests are to just keep doing Stephen King stories since we did Children of the Corn before.
Ooh.
But that's not what we're going to do. So we're doing The Purge. And Chris, as you know, as a listener of the podcast, we need a little synopsis. So I am, I'm shooting the gun at you,
Sure.
lovingly, only on Purge
Pardon the
Day.
pun. Pardon
Yep,
the pun.
and here we are. So let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. So the annual purge is one night a year when all crime, including murder, is legal. And the point is so that everybody in society could purge all their pent-up hate energy and just release it on society. So
Yeah.
they've been doing it in the movie. Well, actually, the movie was made in 2013, but it's set in 2022, which is scary because now that's
fucking
now that's
I
in the
laughed,
past.
out loud laughed to the point where Bear was like, "Lady," like I'm trying to sleep, and I was like,
which is like,
sorry.
they're like, oh yeah, 10 years into the future, but now it's 2 years into the past. And we're like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So being that now everybody purges, they don't have all this pent up energy. So it's like unemployment is way down. The economy is thriving. Overall crime is way down. So like the idea is that everybody can purge legally on this one night so that 364 days of the year, it's peace.
Yeah.
So we followed this family, the Sandins, and some husband and wife and 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And the father of the family sells state-of-the-art security systems for the purge.
Well,
the night
and
of the purge.
let's put state of the art in quotation marks. We'll talk about it, okay? But yes.
Right. Alleged state-of-the-art. When really it just means it looks good so that nobody will approach you.
Yes.
So their stupid ass son, after the purge happens, there's a lockdown. They enable the security systems. Through the security system, the son sees a homeless man outside begging to be let in because people are chasing him down to kill him during the purge. So the son, who must be, 12?
Sure.
Unlocks the security system, opens the door. The homeless man comes running in. They lock it back down. Fantastic. Now the family has a homeless man squatting in their home on a night when all murder is legal.
We don't even know his name. I don't even think he gets a name.
They just call him the man. They say, where's the man?
Okay. Well, that's rude. Yep.
So now, in theory, everything would be fine if this man just hid in their house for 12 hours, yada, yada. However, the people who are hunting this man, they know that he went into the Sandins' home. Now they say, listen, your security system is bogus. We're going to rip it down. We're going to enter your home, get the man, get all of you before the sun comes up. End of story. So now they have to come to the moral dilemma of, do we send this man back out to save all 4 of us? Or do we roll the dice and see what happens if we let these people in? Because why sacrifice this homeless man so that we can stay alive? So that's where we're at.
Yeah, not good. I also want to point out the homeless man's official title is Bloody Stranger, which feels worse than just man.
That feels worse than this man. Also better. He's a bloody stranger.
The leader of the eventual gaggle of what look like frat bros and sorority sisters coming to murder us, his title is Polite Leader. How do we define polite? Hello?
I don't know. Well, he probably says please and thank you. Don't quote me. I think he does say please and thank you.
There are a lot of smiles, but
big smiles. Also big murder.
So much murder. Yeah. All right. That was great, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So, okay. I mean, moral and ethics. I just feel like there's a lot happening in this. And we do have some big, A-list actors, I would say. So Ethan Hawke is the dad.
Hawke crushes it.
I love to see him in horror. Did you ever see the Black Phone?
I read the book.
Oh my, it's a book?
It's Stephen King's son, Joe Hill, writes a compilation of short horror stories. And I read the Black Phone short story.
Christine with the fucking facts here. Get out. I love that. Well, the movie, he was like the bad guy in the movie.
Oof.
And he was creepy. And I mean, I had some feelings. I kind of felt like he was a little bit of a bad guy in this movie. And then he was like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be the good guy halfway through. So he changed his mind, and
his wife is like,
weird.
Remember, we're good. And he was like,
she's like, wait,
he's like,
we don't go out and purge. Hello,
right.
And the wife is played by Lena Headey, or Headey, who was Cersei in Game of Thrones, which I know you never watched, Chris.
I have no facts about Game of Thrones. No facts.
I know
about Game of Thrones. Sorry.
It's not for you.
Sorry.
And that's all I got. But
the son was in Parenthood, I think, the show Parenthood.
Oh yeah.
Max and Parenthood.
He's on the TED. There's a TED TV show.
Oh yeah.
He's like the kid in it as well.
Yeah.
So he's doing pretty well.
I think Timmy was in Toy Story.
Who the fuck is Timmy?
The robot toy.
Oh,
with the camera.
Well, you want to talk about celebrity?
I think he crawled out of Sid's bed.
Honestly, is this a Sid origin story? Like, are we getting the backstory of Toy Story wrong? Was Sid just the kid who lived through the Purge, and now he's like, I gotta murder toys because I know that murdering people's wrong. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, we do start off with, as Christine mentioned, we get some of the exposition. Now, so they do a summary of like, la, everybody can murder on this one day, doo-dee-da. Except there's rules also? Did you? And I don't actually remember if it was in the beginning or if this comes up when it's actual like Purge announcement time, but there's like rules where it's about like the types of weapons
Level
you
4.
can use.
Level 4 and under.
So is there a like key? Is there like a map key on?
I'm sure there's some kind of legend. I don't know what it is, but I don't think you can like nuke somebody.
So no nukes. It made me think that we couldn't use tanks, although I know there's not like tanks readily available on the street, but I assume that was part of it. And then they made a reference where they were like, and certain government officials cannot be purged. And I was like, but how is that? How does that hold up in court? I just don't know.
Yeah, I guess they don't want, because once 7 a.m. comes the next day, it's back to your regularly scheduled programming. Can't do that if you have no president.
That's true. Unless, everybody's dead, I suppose. So I did think of like lawyers. I don't know why. I was like, do we think the lawyers like love this event? Do they hate it? Like, what do we think? I mean, it's one day, they're not doing paperwork, I suppose, but is there more cleanup after the fact?
I think they're probably indifferent because during the Purge announcement, where they make the announcement about the weapons, they're like police officers, hospital, ambulance, first aid are all like everybody's unavailable.
Everybody's off of work. McDonald's is closed. The ice cream machine's broken.
Yeah.
You can't Uber.
But you can go kill someone.
But you can murder everybody. Yes.
I would think lawyers are kind of on the same, what happened during the Purge? Oh, well.
They're just kind of write it off.
Innocent.
Like not, you're innocent, yes. We don't even need the court. We know the answer. They keep using a phrase, which I thought was so fucking funny because it sounds like an energy drink phrase that somebody was like, that's the best slogan for the Purge is release the beast.
Release the beast.
Damn.
Release the beast.
Can you just see that with like fucking Red Bull or I don't even know?
Yeah. Release the beast.
Monster Energy.
And it's like
release the beast.
Blessed be America. Instead of like God bless America, I think it was like blessed be America.
And it was like thanks to our new founders.
New founding, yeah.
Which I'm assuming in one of the 80 purges, we do hopefully find out who are these founders and why they get to not get blown up. But what do I know? All right, well, we meet the family. The dad is driving home to the house. Ethan Hawke, and he's like, la, selling the security. Dude lives in a real nice house.
Won't shut up about how much money he made.
Again, this is where I began to have my feelings about, are you gonna be the villain? Because, like, I just, something's going on here, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you see that it's not just their house that's beautiful. They have like, it's a whole development of just lovely houses. I personally didn't notice a difference between their house and other houses, but apparently there was a big difference and people have feelings about it. That was weird.
They're very wealthy, and and that's like kind of important because people who come we'll get there, but the people who come to the house to get the bloody stranger are like, let this vermin out of your house. Like we are on the same page. We are both the upper crust of society. We shouldn't
He's like, I was also in Phi Alpha Mu too, sir. And
he's like, let us purge.
We went to Vanderbilt together. Come on.
Right.
Oh, God. So he gets home. Lena Headey, I assume, is a stay-at-home mom. Cool. Cooking dinner. Everybody's very nonchalant-y. And we already know that the purge is a thing. So you're kind of seeing these rich people like, just a normal day. But remember, at 7 o'clock, we got to lock down, LOL. And like, nobody, there's a point where they're eating dinner. And like, somebody's like, hey, look at the time. And there's like 4 minutes till purge time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dad's like, oh, God, I almost forgot. I was like, what?
Yeah. Also, what cracks me up about the whole movie, and I said this in the middle of watching yesterday, I was like, why is everybody in business casual?
Yeah. Where are the sweatpants? Where's the athletic wear?
Everyone looks like they're
sneakers.
and they're in their Sunday best. The neighbors, them, while they're in their own home, being purged, they're wearing a suit. I'm like, what is going on?
You have to look good for murder, you know?
Freaks
that could
me
be
out.
your one moment.
Yeah.
Releasing the
beast, your maker,
as they say. Also, the teenage girl was in a schoolgirl outfit, and I didn't like that. And I was like, this is the opposite of how any teenage girl would dress at home.
Yeah, you're coming home from school and hanging out in your tie and skirt.
Your knee-high white socks? I don't think you are at all.
No, there's a bloody stranger in your house. Put on some pants.
Yeah, we need sneakers, okay? Because, you gotta be ready to run. Gotta be ready to run, okay? So we're meeting the family. The mom is like, la. The dad's like, la. The sister is, so she's 17. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Zoe. 17. She has a boyfriend. I really don't know how old he is.
He's 18.
Oh. Wait,
I think his name is Henry.
Are you fucking
And
kidding
she
me?
might be 16.
Oh, 16. Okay.
I think it's 16 and 18. Yeah,
It's a little bit of a difference, but I'm still kind of like, that's not that gross. And I jump right on the train of like, ew, like, don't date a teenager. But that's kind of a normal age gap. What if he's a senior and she's a sophomore?
Right. And James, the dad, James, specifically was like, listen, he's 18. That's it. Like, end of discussion.
I'm pretty sure there's something in the law about like the age difference. If it's like you're within 2 or 3 years of each other, even if someone's over 18, like you're not going to get, arrested.
I don't know specifically.
Also, it's purge night, and can't they just be like, it's not illegal today, Dad? Like,
actually, today it's legal.
Today it's legal. So
all crime is legal.
Over. All crime is legal.
We are in love.
Wow, it was a fucking lot, and I didn't love it. We watched them make out for a real long time. I did play Candy Crush for a round or two, because I couldn't keep my eyeballs on it. But basically, it's like, okay, bye, you gotta go to your home, it's purge night, and everybody keeps saying, like, be safe. And I was like, nobody's safe in this movie, first of all. Nobody follows their own advice, okay? Right. It's bad. So that's a sister. And then the younger brother. Charlie. Oh, Charlie needs some therapy. I don't know how to say it. I mean.
He needs sunlight.
Oh, he needs sunlight. He needs therapy.
He needs friends.
He maybe needs to join like an engineering robotics club, because I don't think he's in one already, but he's got some potential.
Totally.
He did turn a Sid baby doll from Toy Story into a RC car, and it's kind of used in the plot.
Yeah, I don't want to say he saves the day because he initially ruined it, but
he did initially ruin it. He does get his dad killed, spoiler alert, I would say, indirectly. Yes. I mean, if we're calling a spade.
No, it's all his fault.
Yeah. It really is.
If we're talking logistics, it's all his fault.
He's lived 12 years of his life purging, and this is the year. He's like, wait a sec, guy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He's like, this will be fine. This is going to be fine.
Yep. Yeah, it's not good. So we see the family, la, and they're all like having dinner and nonchalanty. And then, it's fucking purge time. We almost missed it. Good thing someone had their eyeballs on the clock. So you see they have their high-tech security system, which just means that every window and door has like a metal wall cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's it.
It goes up and down like a garage door.
Definitely no alarms. So I was like, well, okay. They could have had booby traps. That's legal during purge time. I just, for myself personally, I feel like I might have home aloned my house a little bit better. Just
a little bit, a little effort, a little more effort.
You know, just something.
But they keep referencing, they're like, this doesn't happen in our neighborhood.
Yeah, there is a lot of talk about like how the purge, it's like, yeah, the purge is great, but like, is it only great because basically all the homeless and poor people and sick people are being murdered?
Yeah.
And then therefore that, I guess, in some way makes our numbers for, you know, wealth look better, but also I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, they make a point to say the purge is good for people who can afford to protect themselves.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing. So it's like if you have a home and a high-tech security system, like you Gucci, you fine. And like some of the rich people were also like having purge parties, which I don't really know what that means. And I'm sorry, Chris, I love you to death, but if there was a purge and you're like, come to a purge party, I don't know. I think I'm like hibernating.
I ain't hosting.
Is that rude? Like I
ain't hosting. I ain't going. Nobody can be trusted in these streets.
I want to hide and cocoon for the 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's the only way, you know, I'm getting through the purge.
To be sure. Yeah. And it's only 12 hours. Like you can manage.
It is 12 hours. It is a little scary. So, okay, we're locked down for purge. And then everybody's like, anyway, going about my night. And the mom's on the fucking treadmill. She's prepping for... I feel like in her head, she's like, I know that I gotta...
She's a doomsday prepper.
She's like, just in case, I gotta be ready to do a sprint. Because something could happen. The older sister is emo in her room listening to music. I don't know what the dad is doing.
Mary. Oh. Okay, the mom's name is Mary.
Oh, Mary. Okay, so Mary's running on the treadmill. Oh, the dad's doing like paperwork. And then Charlie is being a little creepy kid. Just
he's spying
with his RC car.
With his Sid doll, yeah.
The Sid doll. I wish that thing had a name. I wanted to be a character. Oh, it's called Timmy.
Timmy, that's the name.
God, you fucking said that before. I'm blacked out. Wow. Yeah. But this is where little Timmy, aka Charlie, who, okay, also, help me understand. Is Charlie wearing like Google glasses? Like what is...
He's wearing the Apple Vision Pro.
Is this
9 years ago?
Okay, and we're not like, oh, that's cool. Like nobody is like, that's super cool that you have those like high-tech, state-of-the-art, you know, beyond its
I thought it was cool.
Technology.
And also, he made a point to tell Mary, his mom, in the beginning, I put night vision on today.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because you're going to need it.
That's convenient timing,
Timmy.
Need it. I know. This kid needs to be on the America's Olympic robotics team, okay? That's what we need. But no, we don't do that. We don't do any of that. We use Timmy to go look at their security cameras. Now, Chris, I don't know about you, but I know you are a homeowner, and I know you have a dog. And in this day and age, a lot of people have also indoor security cameras. Mm-hmm. These people didn't have any of that.
No.
And not that I encourage spying indoors in your family, but I just thought that might have been part of the security system. But
for the purge,
I just think that could have changed things. Because then there's a part where we're looking for the homeless man, and I'm like, well, we can only rely on Timmy and our eyeballs.
Hopefully his battery doesn't die.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Yeah, but this is where you see a bloody stranger, as he's labeled, who is homeless man on the street yelling, "Somebody help me! They're hunting me! Why won't anyone help me?" And I don't know why he thought going to the rich neighborhood would be the best place, because I mean that's not gonna. Let's be real.
Right. I don't know where he traveled from to arrive there, but it seemed far.
Definitely not. Yeah, I don't think he lives in that neighborhood.
No, because he is homeless.
He is homeless. So, yeah. But, yeah, Charlie lets the motherfucker in, and everyone is a little, I mean, they're a little like, oh, no, the security system, that's weird. Nobody screams. All right. The level of panic is low, in my opinion.
I think James goes, what the fuck is that?
Like that's where I'm flipping the desk and all the papers I'm working on fly, and I'm running. This is where the sneakers come in.
Right.
But nobody does that. So the guy gets in, and then at the same time that this fucking happens, Zoe's boyfriend, who is
Henry,
at most 2 years older than her, is
a child.
Don't worry, Zoe, I'm going to talk to your dad, and he's got to listen to me because we're locked in for Purge night. Well, we just learned you're not really locked in, but fine. And that guy immediately says no words and whips out a gun and tries to kill dad.
Yeah.
Wow. The escalation.
Because, and listen, whiplash, because we watched Henry leave.
Hurt me. Yep.
Like, we watched Henry, Zoe was like, Henry,
he
gotta
jumped
go.
out the two-story window.
Jumped out the window.
Wow.
Zoe goes back in her room. Surprise. Henry's back, baby. He came back in the window.
Also want to point out, for any young teen listeners, this is a clue that your boyfriend will try to kill your dad, is if when he sneaks in your home to lovingly surprise you, he scarily puts his hand over your mouth.
Yeah, to silence your screams.
I'm sorry. Huh?
During the annual Purge?
I do feel there were clues. Okay, if we gotta look
red
at
flags.
Boyfriend red flags, it's that they snuck in your house during the Purge.
Red flags galore.
That's number one. It's bad. So now there's guns and there's a man and I don't know what's going on, but the dad also, he had a gun too, right? Because didn't he shoot the boyfriend?
He in the room with the security systems, he had a closet where he was like, just in case, and he opens it and there's 97 weapons.
Just in case, here's all our guns, but our security system is high tech, everyone. It's great.
He goes, just as a precaution, and then he has a pistol in the back of his belt.
Jesus Christmas.
Whips it out, murders Henry in cold blood.
Wow. Honestly, again, even though I'm like, Ethan Hawke, you're the bad guy, I was also like, that was self-defense. I feel like
Henry
in
shot
court,
him first.
It would hold up as self-defense. He broke in your home.
He shoots Henry, rest in peace.
Oh.
Worse, bloody stranger's gone.
Yeah, where did he go?
Gone.
I don't know.
Also,
I don't know.
Charlie, immediately forgiven. There are no repercussions for...
I don't even know if they were mad at him. I think they were
not even mad.
You scamp. You and your demonic toy, Timmy.
You rugrat.
What's he gonna do next? He's crazy.
For letting bloody stranger into the house. No
bloody
repercussions.
Stranger. It's bad. It's real fucking bad. So and then the girlfriend, not the girlfriend, Zoe, she drags away the dying boyfriend.
So he can bleed out in her room.
We're getting a Scooby-Doo set up here. There's a lot of Scooby-Doo moments where none of us are together. And I'm like, who is Fred? Why did we decide to split up? It's not gonna work, you guys. We gotta be together. We're strength in numbers.
And James is like, Zoe, did I shoot you?
Sorry if I did.
Did I get her?
Did I get your schoolgirl skirt? Oh no, we'll have to buy a new one. Oh gosh. It's just fucking crazy. So now, Dad is walking around with a gun. Zoe's with the dead boyfriend. He's bleeding. Bloody stranger, we don't know.
Gone.
Mom and Charlie are in another room. Oh, they're in the room with the cameras, right?
Yeah, they're in HQ.
Yeah. So, it's not a lot of action that happens in there.
Right.
It's bad. And I'm pretty sure it's not too long after this when we get the little gaggle of, as I lovingly call, frat bros and sorority sisters. Because I think that's who they are on the inside.
They're pretentious and they're the upper crust.
These are the upper crust 20-year-olds. And
right. Their parents are paying their bills, for sure.
Definitely. Like, they've never worked a day in their life, but they're like, my life's hard.
They do have a boat.
I get discriminated against, and like, what is nepotism? And you're like, Jesus Christ, you guys are the villains. You don't even need guns for me to think that.
I'm going to work for my dad's firm. It's all going to be great.
And especially the guy who is their leader. And I think it's so fucking funny. He doesn't have a name. He's just called Polite Stranger. Polite Leader.
I don't accept that.
He should have had a name. The actor is Reese Wakefield.
That could be his name in the movie.
His IMDb profile picture is a little scary because that's his smile.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
He is. He's got Joker features.
He does.
The cheekbones are high,
and they're all wearing masks that look like his actual face.
You know. Do you think he was like, guys, for Purge, I have an idea. I have an idea. I got custom masks.
Yeah, my dad's got a mask guy.
Put them on. Like, it's going to be great. Even though, like, who cares if you're wearing a mask? Because this is legally defensible murder, apparently.
It's legal, right. So they arrive at the house and they knock on the door. And they're like, listen up. The way I see it, you got two options.
You got two options.
You let bloody stranger go and we leave you alone. Or we will come in because we absolutely can get into this not well defensed home.
He says that so quick. And there's not even like a moment where Ethan Hawke is like, that's a lie. Like Ethan Hawke immediately is like, well, yeah, he's right. I mean, it's really not a good security system.
He goes to his wife and it's like in the Titanic when they're like, but it's an unsinkable ship. And he's like, no, it can and absolutely
and he's like, absolutely not. It's all a lie.
It's absolutely will sink. Yeah. He's like, no, Mary, actually, if they try, they can get in. No problem.
If somebody uses like a little bit of strength, we're fucked.
Yeah. What it is foam. And they could just...
I got it from the craft store, you know, nobody knows. It's all a Ponzi scheme. And it's worked because we're rich now. So it's just abso-fucking-lutely crazy. And also there's I think our polite stranger does also make a comment that the neighbors told them that they let the homeless guy in. So we're getting a little bit of like kind of almost foreshadowing, dare I say, that, oh, your neighbors ratted you out. They said that you took this guy in and like, well, we want him and blah, blah. So it's a lot. So now it turns into, and Ethan Hawke takes half a second, not even, to be like, well, let's go throw that guy out there. Like, let's fucking do it. And they're like,
in this moment, I'm with him.
You're like,
they're gonna come in and murder your children.
I mean, you know what I mean? They are. Yeah.
They are. Like, they're like, we're going to come in. And he knows that they can get in. And he's like, okay, it's my kids or this man's. Yep. Sorry. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's...
Chris, are you Ethan Hawke? No.
No, that's...
But you know what? I'd have the same mindset for like my dog. I'm like, oh, you're gonna come in and murder my dog. No, you fucking ain't.
No, exactly.
But this is also why I believe I would have liked to have been a little more proactive and I would have had some Home Alone booby traps. Like, why can't we have some mines on the front lawn? I'm just saying. Or,
at the very least, a security system that does work.
Maybe a working security system
Maybe it
would
works.
Actually
be
step one. Right. Yes. So it turns into now we're searching around the house. And Charlie is just living his life the opposite end of the spectrum from Dad. He's like, oh, Dad's gonna go find the guy to murder? Let me send out Timmy to go help the man hide.
Right.
Let's get him hidden.
So whatever, as the viewer, we're like, how could they possibly get in the house? Like, they have the security system, blah, blah, blah. Immediately they cut the power. We're like, okay,
immediately.
They can get in. Okay.
I'm like, that was fast. You guys
if they can cut the
generator?
Power, if they can cut the power, they're getting in.
Yeah, they're getting in.
So now it's pitch black. Except for Timmy has night vision.
Thank God for that fucking night vision. He uses Morse code or something. I don't
He's blinking his headlights. Follow me. Look over here.
We're using light system. There's a new language being developed. And somehow the bloody stranger's like, I understand. And he hides in a secret compartment in Timmy's closet. This kid... Like, is he gonna be a serial killer? I know he's, like, being ethical now, but, like, I don't love the other things.
Yeah,
I don't love the hiding spots. I don't love the baby
serial
doll.
Killer behavior.
I don't love it.
But also, doomsday prepper like his mom.
Maybe that's more of a way to think of it, is he's just really prepared for the worst, which Ethan Hawke was not. So that guy's hiding, but then at some point, Ethan Hawke comes across the man, but the man has Zoe, and does he have a gun?
Yes.
How did the bloody stranger get a gun? Was that from the boyfriend, the dead boyfriend gun?
Maybe. That's a loose gun. Because I know...
Yeah.
Because in HQ, he has the gun cabinet, but he locked it.
Yeah, no, he didn't have a gun when he came in.
Because I think in the streets, he was yelling, I'm unarmed.
Right. Which I wouldn't yell that personally at Purge time. Just, I would just lie
about it.
No,
I wouldn't yell at anything. Just, I don't know.
I'd be hiding.
I'm keeping my voice down.
Right. So now we got a standoff where Zoe's got a gun to her head. The guy's like, I just want to live. And then Ethan Hawke's like, but my family. And it's like, gosh, what are you going to do? Jeez. And then Mary is like, I got a gun too, bitch. And then we're just shooting guns.
James goes, shoot him, Mary.
Shoot him. Immediately. He's like, fucking Purge! Release the beast! And she does. And then, so they get the bloody stranger, right? This is where we have him, and they're like, we're just gonna tie him up, and they want to put him in a rolly chair. I don't know why we have to sacrifice our chair.
They don't want to walk him out. They just want to push him.
They're gonna push him. Oh, they couldn't, like, roll him like a sleeping bag? You don't think?
Beats me. Who knows if there's a downhill? I don't know. He's a big guy.
Toss him out the window? I mean, that's harsh, but, like, I don't know.
He's a big guy. And also, he knocks Zoe out.
Oh, he does.
Out cold.
She's not out, no, but she does wake up at some point, right?
She wakes up in that scene, but she's unconscious. So they're like, Charlie, watch your sister.
Yeah, Charlie, do something of value because everything
besides just holding the flashlight screaming, no,
has not been good, Charlie. Yeah. It's bad. And then, there's a scene too, this was gross, where the guy's like tied up, mind you, and Ethan Hawke's like, ugh, he's so like fumbly. Mary, take this butter knife, it looks
letter
like,
opener.
and shove it into his wound. And I was
the
like,
letter
I
opener
don't know.
from the desk.
Now we're getting into Saw territory. Yeah. Like, I feel like you can wrap him up without the torture. I don't know. What do I know?
And James is like, why do you want, just stop moving. Why won't you stop moving? Oh, because you're going to tie me up and put me to a chair and then make me die?
Yeah. How
what
about
do you mean?
That, sir?
Why won't you stop moving?
Yeah, I wouldn't stop moving either if I was Bloody Stranger. I'd be peeing. I'd be trying to pee on them. You know what I mean? Like any method of inconvenience, I'm going to try it.
Right.
But they do not even get to the point where it's like, okay, out you go. And the man even at one point, like, says to the dad, because they have this moment where the kid's like, stop it, you're animals. Like, the Purge is crazy. And then the mom's like, what have we become? And I'm like, you guys were always like this. But we'll just say right now it's bad, I suppose.
Right.
And then Ethan Hawke is like, oh gosh, what do we do? And then Bloody Stranger is like, no, I'll also change my tune just 'cause plot and send me out there. But it's too late, Chris. Because our polite leader, I guess, set a 4-minute timer. I don't know.
He's like, we'll wait until the provisions get here. You got 15 minutes.
And what did they have brought to them? It was just a really big car?
And
was
chains. Like, they hooked the chains to the
metal?
To the metal that was the metal barricades, and they ripped it off with a Dodge Ram.
You know...
Like, it was not...
That's great advertising for a Dodge Ram.
Right, like, it wasn't like... It wasn't like a
Are
bulldozer.
You worried about the Purge and you want to murder people? Get the Dodge Ram.
It has all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. Any condition, even if it's snowing. Yeah.
And then they walked in the front door.
They really fucking did.
They come to the windows, they walk through the front door.
And I guess at this point is when Ethan Hawke turns to the wife and he's like, well, plan A didn't work. Now we got to do plan B, which is we're going to fucking kill these people. And I'm always a fan of like, let's murder the bad people.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. They're coming in our home. Let's do it. And so he has a gun. Mary has a gun. I believe Charlie gets a gun.
Mary has two guns.
Mary's got 2 guns. Mary's packing. Oh, damn. Okay, Mary's packing.
Charlie has a gun.
He gets a gun. Zoe, what did we do with Zoe? Did she Scooby-Doo again and disappear?
Gonzo. We haven't seen Zoe since she woke up from her coma.
Jesus Christ. Okay, not good. And then Bloody Stranger, I think he gets untied because he doesn't...
He takes the letter opener from the floor and puts it in his back so he can scissor himself out.
Gets himself out. Okay, yeah.
But I like what James... First of all, they live in a 20,000 square foot home.
It's so big.
James hands Mary 2 guns and says, you get that side of the house. I'll get this side of it. Oh yeah, no,
good luck,
no
girl.
problem. I'll just cover the west wing.
Yeah,
no big deal. She's like this. She's hiding behind a chair with two pistols next to her face, looking around. Like, are you kidding?
Did she even have a flashlight? Oh my god!
And then she has the audacity to get up and walk around.
I would not be walking around. I would be back to a corner and the guns out, like how you used to play the N64 James Bond game. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. I'm ready. The proximity mines. I would have had proximity mines, guys. Did we learn nothing from the 90s? So the people come in. I don't know. I don't love the way it's filmed. It feels very early 2000s where it's like, and then they're like skipping and it's like, it's so creepy.
And I'm wearing white gowns.
I'm just like, I'm over it. All right. Speed it up. okay, I don't want to deal with it. Like, even if I was Ethan Hawke, I would have been like, I'm over this, shut the music off.
Yeah.
And I would just guns ablaze. But they don't do that. There's a lot of, like, sneaking around the house. A lot of that.
Charlie hides in the basement, and then his doesn't turn off his flashlight.
Hides is a strong word, Chris.
He sits in the basement pointing his flashlight towards the door.
He's pulling a Jurassic Park where he's like, it's like flashing around. The T-Rex is like, bitch, I see you.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
I literally wrote a line. I go, is anyone surprised Charlie was attacked first?
Immediately.
So fast. And then I believe Ethan Hawke saves him. James shoots whoever that person was. And then he's like, oh, Charlie, thank God you're okay. Gotta split up again. Bye. And then he leaves him again.
Yeah.
And then off we go.
Well, James has to cover the East Wing. So he can't be dragging Charlie around.
That is true. There's about 40,000 square feet over there. He's got to be
he has his ground to cover.
Zoe's also missing. I don't believe she's armed. Is anyone worried?
Gone.
No. Okay.
No.
There is a scene in here which this was my favorite murder action scene where Ethan Hawke is just murdering. I think he murders like 4 or 5 of these people in like what looks like a game room.
Across a billiards table.
The pool table. They have a fucking pinball machine.
Yeah.
Who's playing that? Because
no one.
Charlie's not.
It's a weapon, essentially. He smashes the guy's face through the glass.
Well, thank God we had it because, and I just, like, that was fun because I was like, I want more of this.
And it wasn't like, I wasn't like, okay, really? This is how he's going to he has this repertoire of fighting in him. It was like, no. A middle-aged dad could have pulled off the moves that this guy did. Like, you know what I mean? He was just using his, the adrenaline strength and, like, pushing people around till they were dead.
And the weapon I don't know what that is. I'm not a gun person.
I've never seen that in my life.
It was kind of like it was like a 2-hander. So it had a really heavy, like, butt on the gun that he would use to, like, punch people. And I'm like, that's what I would do, too. It looked like a battering ram.
Yes, it looked like a battering ram that shot.
Yes. Yeah. So, like, lots of people die from this, which this is another moment where I'm like, we got 2 things happening, potentially. It's either this house really is so big that you could murder 5 or more people and explode and shoot lots of guns and nobody else hears it, or everyone's hearing it and they're all like, anyway, that's too far of a walk for me to check that out.
I think that's the snenario.
Like,
I think that
I'll just hang over here and go about my day.
I think it's option 2 because everyone is expecting gunshots. So like, it's not like they're like, where is everyone? And everybody has to be quiet. It's like, no, we're out here to fight to the death. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like when in the Hunger Games. Yeah. But when people hear people getting murdered, they're not like, it's happening over there. No, the point is to murder. So like they're hearing stuff going on in the game room. They're like, oh, it's going down in the game room. We'll continue.
It's going down. I'm over here. I'll catch up with you later. But James is like, I just killed everyone. I've got the highest kill count. I'm on top of the team.
Yeah.
And he walks out of the room, and our polite leader, with his dumbass smile, does a fucking shank. He goes out with a shank.
A shank? It was like a machete.
A machete shank. Okay, maybe it's more of a shank than I thought.
He absolutely rips out his guts.
Jesus Christ. And again, this is like the era where it's like, oh, being like nice and calm is so scary. And I'm like, I'm over that, but fine. And so he's like, I'm like, oh God, if that's the last thing I see before I die, let me go quickly. I'm over it.
Let me go quickly. And as the viewer, I'm like, it's the middle of the movie and he's dead.
He's dead.
You know,
like dying.
Like, so it's up to Mary? Great.
Not good.
Rip.
Mary is just, coaxing through the house.
Yeah.
Not concerned. Not concerned about the game room murder. Yeah, she's double packing. Doesn't know where her children are.
No.
It's bad. And she does she get like, I think 2 of the people, right? Like they like sneak up on her, they disarm her real quick. Girl did not take any self-defense classes. And they're holding her down and they're gonna like stab her. Right? Yeah. But she gets saved. Little twist, if you will. Little Shyamalan
by
twist.
her neighbors.
Her bitch-ass neighbors, who we did not talk about the fucking scene with Mary and the one neighbor lady.
Oh, but, my God,
yeah. Neighbors are weird. So, again, not people I would trust at all.
They're having a purge party.
What does that mean?
She has 1992 eyebrows. They're having a purge party. They did not invite Mary and James.
Yeah. They also give Mary some cookies, and I was like, are those poisoned? Like,
yeah, it's creepy.
That's one way to purge, you know?
You can tell that they're fake. Like, you can tell that the friendly, neighborly camaraderie is fake.
I hate it.
So we don't trust them from the beginning.
Definitely not. And they come in, and just when you think the family's about to be, like, murdered, the neighbors just start to kill all these frat bros and ladies. And they don't even say anything to the family. The family's like, oh my God, thank you. And they all just, like, walk out of the room. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, a little suspicious.
Yeah, very sus. Very sus.
All right. And then they find the dad. Oh, no, dad. So Zoe appears. I don't fucking know where she was. Not helping. No, wait. That's where she was. Wait.
She shoots someone.
Oh, who does she shoot?
Right. So it's Charlie, Mary, and James on the stairs. And they're huddled together. And one of the people in the masks has a gun to them. And then out comes Zoe with a gun and blows this guy's brains out.
Oh, all right, cool. She got one kill under her belt.
Yeah. And then she joins the family.
Okay.
Then James dies.
He's dead.
And it's the three of them. And then the neighbors commence.
And the neighbors are like, wow, sorry about that guy. But anyway, we're going to kill you. And they're like, what? Like, the one neighbor whose name is Grace. Are you fucking kidding
they're all
me?
like biblical, like olden names, like
It's
James,
weird.
Mary, Grace, like creepy.
Oh God,
Who's James?
He's probably in the Bible.
Whatever.
I don't know. John, Jake, Luke, Jingleheimer.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
I went to church. Oh, it's bad, and these neighbors, God help them. I'm sure these actors in real life are good actors, but I hated. It was so cheesy. Where it was like, yes, we're evil, and I was like, bitch, I know you're weird. Yeah. Like, you didn't hide
They were like, we saved you because you're ours to kill.
You're ours to kill. And when we saw your security system get, ripped off in an instant, we were like, wow, we could have done this sooner.
They were like, you're rubbing your wealth in our face. And Mary was like, we literally weren't.
I literally, Chris, I'm like, that's your motivation? Yeah. That's the murder motivation?
Get a life.
Because you know what's going to happen? Somebody else is going to move in, and then are you just going to keep murdering those people? Yeah. Or, can we use some, long-term thinking in this situation?
Good luck, because that house is completely vandalized.
The house is vandalized, and, now your street is going to lose its, property value, all right? Yeah. So that's going to cost you money. Yeah.
Now,
I don't think you're thinking this out.
Now you're in a high-crime area. Now you live in a high-crime
area. Okay, your rating went down. Home value went down. Good luck on the resale.
Check your Zillow.
It's not looking good, bitch.
Your Zestimate, way down.
Way down. It's fucked up. And they don't think about any of that. They just think about murder. And they want to murder via, stabbing. Everybody's trying to do the stabbing. I'm like, there's a lot of guns. Can we just, do a gun murder?
How much is that purging you, though?
I don't know. Because I don't personally release the beast in that way. I use other methods, I think.
Yeah. I just, eat a Big Mac. But,
I just rage when the ice cream machine's broken at McDonald's.
Yeah. I don't, it's fine. But they're like, okay, weird. I'll go first and then we'll take turns.
What do you mean?
The family?
Turns with the stabbing? Owie. Yeah. That's rude.
Poor Mary is absolutely begging for her life, and Grace is like, shut your mouth.
She's a bitch. She's like, shut the fuck up, you're gonna die. And I'm like, I gotta
die because you're just too rich for me.
Well, thankfully, Bloody Stranger has his redemption moment where he's like, I was gonna hide the whole time, but I guess these people suck a little bit more. So I'm
back, baby.
Here I go. Here I am. So he basically, I don't know if he disarms some of them because he doesn't kill anybody. There's no more killing from this point on.
No,
which is a little strange to me, but fine. And he's like, put your weapons down. And they put their weapons down, and the family gets untied. And then he turns to Mary and he's like, what do you want to do with a Mary?
Yeah, he's like, it's your call. It's your call.
Mary the cult leader? Jesus.
She goes, this might be my favorite line in the whole movie. She goes, we're going to play out the rest of this night in motherfucking peace.
Would you have died if, the next scene was them playing, Scrabble or something? I'm it's a missed opportunity for the board games. Yeah, they sat there. How many hours were we sitting at that table in silence?
It's hard to tell because I think it was still dark when they were captured and it's sunny when they sit at the table.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever amount of time it was too long. Too long.
Also, they're lucky that, like, no one else came in.
Yeah. The security system's
like, they don't even have a door.
Are you worried, Mary? Because I'm worried.
They don't even have a door or a single window.
No. The bugs are getting in. You can get stung by a bee. I mean, there's lots of ways purge can happen still. So
and then
nobody dies.
Grace tries to make a move.
Fucking Grace.
She goes to try to grab the gun. Mary picks it up, hits her in the face with it, and then slams her down on the dining room table.
This is where, if this was a live wrestling match, I would have jumped up from the audience and said, yeah, slam her face again!
Yeah.
Hit her again!
But she's absolutely gushing blood. Gushing. It's pouring out of her nose.
It's a lot. She loses a tooth, I think. Which
she spits into her palm, and she's just like applying pressure on the bridge of her nose, like you do when you're in second grade.
Yeah, and then it's like la la. It's 7 a.m. and then everybody just casually gets up and leaves, including Bloody Stranger.
So now they all have to like be neighbors.
We have to have barbecues together.
Like they're neighbors again. Like
fucking
crazy.
kidding me?
Crazy.
I don't think I would have gone that route.
Bloody Stranger walks out. Mary goes, "Are you going to be okay?"
She doesn't even offer money, by the way. Not even like, "Hey, bud, you need a 20?" Like, she's like,
she needs a full home renovation.
Bye. Yeah. And her meal ticket husband is now dead, so I hope they had life insurance. Although I think in Purge universe, life insurance is probably not.
I don't think you're collecting.
I think there's some high premiums on that.
It's a bad look when the top seller at the home security system office is dead because it broke.
So, okay, you've seen the other Purge movies?
I've only seen, I think, Election Year, and that's it. I haven't seen the rest.
Did they continue on from here? Or
yeah, I think so.
Is it?
But like,
okay.
except for the beginning, or like the first Purge. I think it's what it's called.
That's like the prequel,
Purge.
like
that's
how
the
the
prequel,
Purge came to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the family in this movie. I don't think they're in other movies, so it's not it's connected.
Right. So I watched Anarchy. Is that right?
Okay.
Anyway, one of them that I watched, they're stuck outside.
Oh.
So they're like in the streets.
See, you know what? Okay, but that's funny because when you look at this movie on IMDb, it's got one of the lowest ratings of all the Purge movies, which usually it's the opposite, where the first movie is the highest and the rest are low. But apparently a lot of people rated it low was because it was presented as like this cool idea of like, all crime is legal and that's so scary. But then the movie was only in a house and they're like, it's like a home invasion.
Right.
Like you could have done so much more, but apparently they didn't have a big budget, which was why this one was like, well, and they had 19 days to shoot. 19 days to purge? Guys.
Wow.
Jeez. I don't
know.
Like,
I think this movie worked. And I think
I thought it was all right.
The part with the neighbors brings it back to all crime is legal. And it really like messes with your day to day. Because like I said, like then at the end of the movie, they have to like go back to their homes and be like the next day be like, "Morning, Grace.
Hey, Grace, how's your tooth?" It fell out. It's on my
you wanted to murder me 15 minutes ago, but like, sure.
You know, personally, I thought about this a lot. I was like, what crime would I do? And I feel like I would have, I don't know, maybe like illegal gambling. You know, like I feel cryptocurrency. I don't know. Like I just feel like I would have done one of the safer crimes.
Maybe like a robbery of of a retail store.
Yeah.
Like not like somebody's house. Like I don't really care what everybody else has, but like maybe
like something.
A robbery.
Almost like a Robin Hood where you're like, you're a bitch, so I'm gonna get your stuff. You know? Like
maybe rob a bank. Maybe a bank. Do they even have like that much cash anymore though?
I don't know. That's a great question. But if these Purge kids could bust into the mansion, they can bust into a bank.
Yeah. But they're not after money. They're after
They're really not.
Purging.
They're after purging
violence
and being.
And I think that's the point.
Annoying.
The point is not to get stuff. The point is to purge your feelings.
The point is, on the inside, everyone's a murderer, and the Purge just makes it okay for 12 hours. So, yeah, that's the point.
And the scary thing is, like, in the movie, whatever, it's working.
Yeah. But I like how they there was like some like actually guy who was basically like, it's kind of working because you're getting rid of people, which it's not
or
like.
Less fortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working because it's making people like calmer. It's getting rid of more people, which is having like other like after effects and shit. And I'm like, I don't don't like it.
No.
I don't like any
No.
of it. So, wow. Well, Chris, I am so appreciative that, honestly, we did this, because like I said, I think this really was the very first full watch through I've done. And yeah, it's a cool concept. The writer-director, same person, James DeMonaco, he wrote all the other Purges. All right, he's on the Purge train.
He should maybe get checked out.
I was a little nervous, and I'm trying to read the fun facts, and there was one that was like, the inspiration for the Purge was he was in a road rage incident with a drunk driver where nobody got hurt, but the drunk driver had no remorse, and the guy's wife turned to him and said, wouldn't it be cool if murder was legal for one day? And then he, like, made an after comment, like, my wife is normally very nice. And I'm like, bitch, did you just blame your wife for the Purge? Like,
no, they both need to be checked into.
Jesus Christ. Like,
no, they're unwell. That's unwell.
It's a little scary.
Also, that's something that you say, like, in the confidence of your own car, like with your husband. And then he turns it into a series of films.
He's like, let me put it on IMDb so everybody knows you said that.
She's like, geez, Louise.
Like,
I didn't mean
there's no privacy anymore. Yeah. It's fucking true.
Nothing is sacred.
Oh, God. All right, Chris. Well, what do you think? Would you watch or don't watch The Purge?
Would watch The Purge. Also probably going to watch the rest.
Okay. Oh, here we go. We're purging. We are on the Purge train. I love that for you.
It's only like a half hour out of your day.
You know, they're not long movies, thank God.
Oh, and I like Ethan Hawke. Like, I was all in. I like him. In general.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not like, I love this character.
I like him too. He's a good actor. Yeah, I think I'd watch it again. I do love a circumstance where I could watch it with someone who hasn't seen it. I like the concept. You know, some of our, what the fuck's his name? Polite Leader. Yeah, some of his scenes and the neighbor scenes, I was a little like, oh, it feels like a try hard. It's like we're trying so hard. It's trying so hard to be scary. And I just, I'm over it. But besides that, give it a watch if you haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. Well, Chris, and normally this is the part where the next movie is picked, but I don't know what it's going to be or who it's going to be with. So we're skipping that. We're purging over it. Okay, driving over it with our car, just like they did in the movie. So instead, I'm going to jump right to the part where we do a little love confessing. But you're not Bridge. Wow. See how like automatic that was?
Okay.
Chris.
Katie.
Just want to say, if it was Purge time and you were like, I don't know about this year, Katie, like my security system, like the guy told me it's high security, but I'm just not sure, I feel weird about it. Chris, I would go to your home plenty of hours before the Purge and I would do some booby trapping,
Thank you.
Proximity mines, a spike pit with leaves over it, some nets. Maybe a laser if I could afford it. Like I would do that because I'm like, let's just make sure, trust no one at the Purge time. And that's because I love you.
Katie.
Yeah.
If we were at the same house and we had a security system and someone else in the house opened it up in the middle of the Purge.
Oh dear.
To let a bloody stranger in, I would kick that person out of the house so they too would become a bloody stranger. And then we would be safe.
Bloody Stranger 1, Bloody Stranger 2.
Bloody Stranger 2.
Yep.
Neither of which are in our home. And we could just sit and have some appies and watch a movie because I love you.
That's the way to do it. Don't even look at the security cameras, people. No.
Who cares?
Who cares? We're hiding. Hiding means we don't look, right?
Jesus we can manage for 12 hours. Good grief.
Just take an Ambien, and like lock the door. And we're good.
We're good.
We're fucking great. Wow. Oh my God. And listeners, if you also would definitely be pissed and potentially sacrifice the person who lets the bloody stranger in. And if you think that, this movie, it just could have been so different if it was like a Home Alone, almost like, even if they bust in the house and they're like, yeah, we got in, these stupid rich people, and then they just all start exploding. Just, they step on a wire and they explode.
Pew, 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 pew.
Get cut in half. I can see it now. That would have been fun too. And if you think that, like, this idea, like, the Purge is scary, I don't like it, I don't want it, and also get it out of my face. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you think all that, you should write us a review. We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. Christine has done this. She's gone on the website, you requested Titanic, you requested Grease, which was one of our earlier episodes. And I feel like there was something else. Goodfellas, which we also did.
Yeah. I'm 3 for 3, baby.
Yeah, I love that. You do good recommendations.
Thank you.
Nice
I love Grease.
Variety of picks in there. So, listeners, that could be you. All right, you make a recommendation on the website. Goes on a list, and we go through the list every now and then. We will do it eventually. And normally, this is the part where Bridget would talk about our merchandise, but I'll talk about the merchandise. We do some merchandise. There are some references to some of the movies we've done on there. We've got shirts, we've got notebooks, we've got other stuff. I don't know. I think some of it you can pick what you want it to be. Whatever. Get on there and check that out. And like I said, I don't know what next episode's going to be, so you'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. We're all going to be surprised. Maybe it'll be the next Purge.
Call me if you need me.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, so check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, big thank you to Christine. Yeah, she got the pristine. Yeah, she's only 18. Gonna be the prom queen. That's the song we used to sing to Christine in senior year of high school.
Yeah, I'm now 33, but it still slaps.
Yo, she's the girl. I don't remember what came after that. What was after that?
Yo, she's the best.
Oh, it's definitely made up by Mel. Pretty sure. Yeah, those are Mel lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, she wrote that.
Oh, well, big thanks to Chris, good best friend. This was awesome. And
thanks for having me. It's so fun.
Thanks for purging with me. Thanks
you
for
got it. Anytime.
Wow, anytime.
Blessed be America.
Blessed be Jesus Christ. All right, listeners, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Love you.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Watch out for the purge. Jesus Christ.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.